Hello and welcome. My name is Biagio Mazza, Pastoral Associate of St. Sabina Parish in Belton, Missouri, and I'm here to welcome you to another Do You Know series question. As we continue our series on the Christian creeds, today's Do You Know question is, do you know why language is limited in articulating the mysteries of our faith? The language that is used in our creeds is symbolic language that attempts to get a grasp on the mystery of faith in our tradition. Theology is understood as faith-seeking understanding. So whenever we delve into the realms of faith, we are delving into two things: mystery and our attempt to have some understanding of that mystery. At the very same time, we have to always realize that the words that we use and the symbols that we use are always limited. Mystery, commonly understood, is usually referred to as something that we will never be able to understand or resolve, and therefore let's just accept it and move on with life. When it comes to faith mysteries especially, oftentimes many things that are difficult for us to comprehend or understand, we are stuck with the whole notion of just believing it and then moving on with life, not really thinking about it or reflecting or applying it to our lives. However, the best way to understand mystery, and especially with regards to faith, is to see mysteries, faith mysteries, as infinitely comprehensible. Now this means that even though mysteries are beyond us, the infinite portion of it, even though mysteries are beyond us, that we will never be able to fully comprehend or understand them, we as human beings continually search for some sort of entry into this mystery by using language or symbols that help us make sense of some of the aspects of this mystery, while at the same time realizing that we'll never be able to completely understand and exhaust that mystery. But language that we use is extremely important simply because they act as windows or doorways or entryways into the mystery, even though, as we said, we will never be able to fully comprehend or exhaust the meaning of that mystery. And that is what the term mystery as infinitely comprehensible actually gets at. In our tradition, we have inherited a number of words or a number of ways of talking about God. Our God is a mystery, and oftentimes the words that are used in talking about God are ways of getting a grasp on this mystery of who and what God is about. These words then act as entryways, again, into the mystery of God. Traditionally, we've inherited many words from our tradition and from our scriptures that speak of God. For example, we use words like Father, Almighty, Rock, Fortress, Eagle, Mother Hen, Nursing Mother. All these help us get into the various aspects of who and what our God is about. And yet, at the very same time, we realize that they're fully mysteries that we will never be able to comprehend. And yet, as human beings, we had to kind of speak and articulate something about them in order to make them meaningful for our faith lives. And I think that's very important with regards to the language you use about God, to say that even though they're limited, we still have to say something as human beings, because we had to try to grasp some sense of it and make them applicable to our lives. There are many words that we can use with regards to God, but we always have to affirm their limitations. For example, in the Muslim tradition, they have 99 names for God that they attribute to various aspects and various characteristics of God in those names. Some of them, all of them are an attempt to try to get at, or try to various entryways into the mystery of God. Some Muslims ask their teachers, what about the 100th name of God? And the response typically was that you will only learn that name when you see God face to face. The reality of that response is the fact that Muslims were affirming the fact that we can use as many names as we want for God, but we will never exhaust and completely comprehend the meaning and mystery of God. And so our language, while much of our language tries to address God, we always have to acknowledge that it's very limited. And so as we venture into the symbolic language of our Christian creeds, which we will do as we continue this series, as we venture into the symbolic language, we have to first of all affirm that we as human beings strive to have some grasp into the mysteries of what God is about. Secondly, we have to also affirm that our language is extremely limited and will only provide entryways into it, not exhaust the meaning of God. And thirdly, we must be open to the possibility of using many more words and many more language which help us to expand our understanding of God and seek to open more doorways and entryways into the mystery and meaning of God. So I hope this has helped to explain just a bit of why language is so limited when in attempting to articulate the mysteries of our faith. And I hope you'll return again as we continue to explore the many words that we use, symbolic language that we use in our creeds, to explore them and to see the entryways that they provide for us into the mystery of God, Jesus, Spirit, and Church. Thank you very much.